Okay, if you look at the your screen, you see Excel data analysis. Briefly, before I dive into the module operandi for today, I will love to say that Excel is an application software that comes with Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office is a general purpose software when it comes to classification of application software, and it has different application packages such as Microsoft Word, such as PowerPoint, Window Outlook, Excel. Now, Excel basically is used uh, for data analysis, for accounting, for record purposes, for result presentation, among others. All right, so Microsoft Excel is made up of what we call workbook. Workbook. Now, if you look at your notes, I know you have seen a notebook before. A notebook contains many sheets inside. It contains many sheets. So a workbook contains many sheets, as I said, and a worksheet, okay, is made up of rows and column. Are we together, Mr. Moto? Mr. Moto, are we together?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So now, if you look at this thing, this is a worksheet. I've opened my Excel. If you look at the top of your Excel, look at this, my cursor, you see something like book one, right? Where you see my cursor, you see book one. That is a workbook, okay? Now, a workbook contains a worksheet. Look at this, you see sheet one here. We have sheet two.
Yes.
Okay, so now Excel is made up of workbook, and a workbook contains worksheets. Now, a worksheet is made up of rows and column. Now, if you look at where we have calibrator of A, B, C, D, they are all called columns, columns, columns. And then if you look at your rows, they are all calibrated with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, a
Yes.
worksheet is made up of rows and column, and we have so many, and some people used to call it what we call spreadsheet. So another word for a worksheet is what we call a spread sheet. Now, to press further, the basic unit of a worksheet is what we call a cell. If you look at this, or let me click this one, you can see this square. This is the basic unit of the entire worksheet. Look at this, is a worksheet. The basic unit of it is this cell. So the basic unit of a work book or of a worksheet is what we call a cell. Are we together?
Yes. We are together.
All right. Now on your worksheet, since we said that worksheet is calibrated with letters on the column and numbers with rows. Now we entered our feed. What we call feed are what you like the values. Or we have feed, we have data, okay? So we enter our feeds here into all these cells. All right, we enter them here. Okay, so that is where you enter your data into your data set. You enter them into your cell. Now you make your cell active by double clicking on it. Once you double click on your cell, you see your cursor blinking inside the cell. That is how to make your cell active. Okay, So now with that, you can begin to type. If you want to make an adjustment, probably you want to edit, you double click and make adjustments. Okay. Now, before we proceed, I'll quickly go through the environment, because one of the things we are looking at today is the environment of our Excel. So let me come back to this, the menu for today. So get started with Excel. I know you can locate your Microsoft Excel on your system, so I will not show you the steps on doing that. You can search here. You can search and type Excel. It will bring it out, and then you double click. I know you can see my screen. Okay, I don't know, you can't see my screen for now, but you can search. Okay, so once you search, you see Excel, you double click, it will open. So we'll look at the overview of Excel workspace, the ribbon, and the tools today. We'll familiarize ourselves with the layout, the cells, the rows, column, and sheets. Then we will also carry out some basic calculations, the sum, carry out average, we carry out minimum, maximum, and if time permit us, products, if sum, among others. And thereafter, there will be assignments. Okay. Mr. Simon has not joined the class, but we'll not wait for him. So maybe we watch the class later on. So that is why we are sticking to our time. So hopefully, this class we are going to cover all these, and then you'll be given this assignment to create a table for monthly sales, monthly expenses. Okay, you generate monthly expenses, what you maybe what you use to generate in your house, what you spend. Okay, and you use basic formulas to calculate the total and then the average of what you spend and the average of what you spent in a month. Okay, so we're going to, that will be your assignment. Then we'll perform some of all these things today. So let's dive in back to our worksheet that we'll be using for this class. So I'm using sheet 1. Okay. So for the sheet 1, I will go through all the what we have. So now you see we have the file. You click on. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Simon. All right. If you click on your file,
Yeah, thank you very much.
all right, please kindly mute. We have started. So if you click on your file on your Excel, you have the new. On your new, you can decide to open a new blank workbook. Okay, you can decide to open these other templates. You can open Power Query template, pivot table. So we have different. And if you have worked previous, you have previous work, we have them. You have like, these are works I've done before. This is a work from Malaysia, and this is under which it should be from Nigeria, that I worked on using Excel. And then you can check info. Probably want to know info, that is property, okay, about the software you are using. Okay, if you look at this, if you look at this, you can protect your book. Look at it with this. Check this. You can manage workbook. You can browse. Okay, and then other things. Then if you want to save, this is it. You click on save. Click on save. Save as, or save as the case may be. Now, when you get to your save, you'll be asked, okay, where do you want to save? You select the documents directory that you want to save your work, and peradventure you want to print. Now, Microsoft Excel gives you the opportunity to preview your work. Okay, so we have print. Then you can click. Okay, you'll be asked how many copies do you want? Is it one? Is it two? And then you can select your printer here. Okay, for the fact that I'm not connected to any printer, I can print in the sense that my work will be converted into PDF. Okay, it will be converted into PDF. Now we have the settings. You can set your pages. the landscape, either portrait or landscape. The either we want it to be in portrait or landscape here at the orientation here, and the type of paper you are using, you can select all that here. So I want you to practice, check all this. Then peradventure you want to share your work. Okay, we have these two. When you are done and you want to share, you can also share where you will ask, okay, is it to the cloud, save to cloud, you see it, or you want to send to email, share with people. Okay, these are different view. Then you want to export, you can export your your Excel to PDF to SPS file extension. Okay, and then you want to publish, you can also publish your work to Power BI. Okay, however, you must have it, you must have the account for you to be able to publish to Power BI, and then you can close. And then we also have more. So on more, you have options. You can check your account. When we get to data and analysis tool pack, I will show you some things on options. And if your office is not like my own office, like if you're using like 2013, 2016, and you need a Power Query, I'll also show you how to get it from options. Okay. Now, these are what you see in your file ribbon tab. Okay. So all these are what we call ribbon tab. We have checked file. Now the next ribbon tab we'll be checking is the home. All right. If you look at the home, we have the clipboard. On this your clipboard, you can copy and paste some things here, and then you'll be using it later on. That is one. We have paste. We have this to format printer. We have this copy and paste. That is to copy. We have cut. This scissors means to cut. This is under clipboard. The clipboard group are under the home ribbon tab. Then we have the font. The font group deals with where you select the font style of your text that is in your font group. You have the opportunity to say we have Times New Roman, we have Algeria, we have Nano Air, we have, and so many of them in your font. I guess you are also practicing, you are seeing what I'm saying. We have you can also bold it, you can put it in italics, you can underline, and then in your font group as well, you see something that looks like border. Okay, you can also add border to it. All right, we have the, please you can click on it, click on your border. Mr. Simon, Mr. Moto, are we together?
Yes, we are together.
All right. So can you click on the drop
Yeah,
down?
we are together.
Can you click on the drop down in your in your border? Because like I remember today while at the office, one of a someone came to meet me. He doesn't know how to manipulate this same platform. So can you click on it? I want you to see different border, how to add a bottom border, top border, left border, right border. And for instance, you want to remove border, that is no border. You must have selected you are by highlighting and you click on no border or all border. You also see that tick border outside, bottom double border, tick bottom border, top and bottom border, top and tick bottom border, top and double bottom border. We have different options for adding for border. Okay, you see those options are there in your Microsoft Excel. Okay, then you can also
Yes.
change the font size that is beside the font type. You can change it to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 respectively. Okay, and then
Yes.
we have the, if you want to use the capital, the increase font size, you can, to increase it, you have the capital letter A with an arrow facing up, the angle facing up, so you can use that. There's a small letter A, no, not it's capital but it's smaller in size to decrease the font size. There's another approach. And then we have where to format the your cell. If you want to fill your cell, There's one that look like a razor. You can select that yellow, and if you don't want to use that color to format the cell, okay, let me use an example. For instance, on this cell, I want to format this cell so the color rather to be yellow, since it's yellow by default. Okay, that's changed, right?
Yes.
All right, so that is how to format the cell. If you want the cell to be yellow, I know you have seen different spreadsheets, and you see that they have different colors. Okay, so you can start to format your cell to be yellow. This is different from formatting the text itself. Now, under the same home ribbon tab, and where we have A, you see letter A with color under. That is the one we use to format the text. Now, I'll write something and then I'll format it. Beside this, let me write name, name, and then I want to format that name. Let's format that name to color red. Let me highlight it first, please. If it's either you highlight or you just click once, then you select. Let me select that color red. Okay, if you look at it as changed, right? You see color red as name.
Yes.
So you notice that the cell for name is not, the color did not change. It's just the name that is color red. While the other cell beside name is filled with yellow. So you can decide to fill your cell with different color and convert your text with different color too. It depends on how you want to design your worksheet. Okay. So the same thing is applicable when you are doing cell formatting. You'll be using color too. Okay. So um, that is that about those two tools there. And then on after the font group, we have the alignment group. The alignment group. The alignment group, uh, that is where you have the different, if you want the text to be aligned to the left, aligned to the right, to be centralized, even with the aligned to the left, if you want it to be centralized, we have them there. Then we have another one that is text uh, orientation. How do you want your text to look like? Is it vertical, or the text should be horizontal, or the text should be diagonal? I know if you have seen a school timetable that they use Excel for, you notice that during break, the place for break, the text will be facing up or facing down. What they used there was this diagonal option, this text orientation. You just click on it. Okay, let me do for this same let me use this. Let's assume I'm using this place for break. This is break. And then let's go back to our home. You see okay, I'm coming. Let me select outside here. Go back. Okay. You see something like A, B, and the arrow is facing diagonal in the under alignment group. Are you there, please?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes, yes.
okay. So let me click on the arrow. Now you see they are showing angle anti-clockwise, angle clockwise, vertical text, rotate text up, rotate text down, format cell alignment. So you can choose any of the options. Let me choose vertical text. You can see my break is now vertical. If I want to put it, let's assume what is his name now? Rotate text down. You see it, the break is not facing down. Okay, so that is where that is the tool you use for adjusting your text. If you want it to be diagonal, okay, let's assume we want to put it diagonal too. This is it. You can see it is now diagonal. You see break is now diagonal. Okay, so that is how you change your text depending on the direction you want your text to look like. Okay, so all this you find that in alignments group under the home. Now we have if you want to indent, if you want to that is you want to decrease the indent, or you want to increase the indent is below the diagonal, that is orientation for your text. When you click, you see increase indent and decrease indent. Okay. Then we also have wrap text. There's some instance that you type in a cell and you will notice that the text is crossing to the other cell. And then you'll be wondering, oh, how do I make sure that this text will not exceed this cell? Wrap text will definitely help you out with that. Okay. So let me quickly perform one and see if I can get a word that can move. Welcome to my page. Okay. Let me have to put a space. Okay. Now, if you look at this sentence, welcome to my page, is cutting across two cells, right? That is F and G, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I want to make it to just appear on this cell alone. So I've clicked on it. Let me go back to my own. Under alignment, you see wrap text. I'll click on it. You see it is now constrained to just that cell. It's not crossing over again. I can decide to now come and put this other place that is under the adjustment. I want it to be left side or centralize or right. Okay. So it depends. Okay, and then let me select the upper one. All right. So it's now constrained to just this cell, not crossing to the other cell. That is how wrap tests work. The next thing below wrap test is merge and center. For merge and center, usually we use it when you are creating your header in your worksheet, or you have it's usually it's for header and you want it to occupy a long empty space. For instance, let me use this same one. Welcome to my page. I want to use it for my header. Okay. Now, to do that, I will select the cell. Okay, how do you select? You hold down, you left click and you drag. Look at it. Now I've selected two cells, that is F and G. I'll go back to my own. Under the alignment group, I'll click on merge and center. Now you see it. It has now centralized, it has merged these two cells for me and centralized this sentence, welcome to my page, for me. Now, if you are preparing a budget or you are preparing an income or whatever you are preparing, and then you have your header, you can use merge and center. You just type in a particular cell, don't mind if it's crossing to the other side. Then you highlight all the rows that covers that table and you click on merge and center, and those cells will be merged together and your text, your header, will be centralized. And if you don't want it again, you just check on that same merge and center and it will return back to normal. Okay. So that is how merge and centers work. So that is that for alignment group. Now, another thing is the number group. So for the number group, that is, sorry, the, like, I don't want to call it number group. Let me, we called it when you select you format your cell. That is this group where you have general there. So you format the cell. For general means your cell, that space can contain anything, either text, either number, what's or alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means data, that is the string and numbers, letters and numbers. Okay, that is alphanumeric. All right. So the cell, that is if you are using general. Now, if you are formatting your cell and then you say no, it's not. I don't want general. I want it to take a number. Okay, it means you are saying what I want in this cell is just pure number, or you want it to be currency. Oh, I'm working with budget money and I want to use currency. Fine. Then it will you on the default the currency on Excel is dollar sign. Okay. Now, if yours is accounting, you can say okay, it's accounting I'm working on. You can format it, or it is date. We have short date, we have long dates, or time, percentage, or fractions. Okay, or yours is scientific term or text. All right, text is pure for string letters. All right, so that is where you select. For instance, let me on this cell that I selected, that is on H4. You come to your home, then I'll click on that drop down, and let me select number. So I'm saying this cell is going to occupy number, not general. Okay, so that is how you format your cell to the data type you are working on. Okay, is it a string data type? Is it a numeric data type, that is it contains numbers, or letter, or alphanumeric? Okay, so you format that here. All right, so we also uh we also have other things on in styles, that is the styles of tables that you want. The styles of table that you want. Okay, better this way you can see what I'm doing. So the types we have: condition formatting, we have format as table, that is under styles. We have cell styles. Okay, so this is where you do condition formatting. Maybe you are working and then we want to format with color. Say once the value is greater than 10, give me letter color red. For instance, if you have seen a spreadsheet for accounting and you want to, okay, if we are running at loss, maybe their profit or the money coming in is less than 1 million, please, the color here should be red. Let me know that we are running at loss. Okay, if it's less than 1.5, give me color yellow. Oh, we are still there. If it's 2 million and above, oh, then we are in a good position. Color green. Okay, so with this is we'll be doing that in our class as we proceed. But this is where you get that ribbon tab. Condition formatting, we have these all different options: color scales, icon sets, new rule, clear rule, manage rules. Okay, then we have format as table. We have that as well, where you can format your tables to different one in form of calendar and other things. We have cell style, we have insert, we have delete, and more importantly, in our home ribbon tab, we have a group called uh, editing. It is important to know how to use editing, because there are some instances where you are looking for something, you are finding something. In editing, you will go, you see find and select. Okay, when you click on find and select or the drop down, you can also see replace. For instance, you are looking for something and you want to replace it with another thing, you can do that there. Then if you want to also sort your data set, your column, your row, we have that under edit. You see sorting. You see sort and filter. Look at it. You can sort in ascending order. You can sort in descending order. And you can do custom sort. Okay. Under editing as well, we have this. These are formatting. That is, if you want to clear all format. For instance, you have added some format, some instructions to your worksheet, and then you want to clear all. You see this thing that look like eraser. You can click. You see we have clear all, like this clear all formatting, clear all. Or you want to say, okay, clear format or clear content. Just to clear, or you want to clear the content. You can come down to this thing that look like eraser and erase whatsoever you need to erase. Okay. Then we also have this the drop down, right, left, justify. Then we have this formula, this sum, average, count, maximum, and minimum. So we have all these options, all these group under the home ribbon tab. Are we together, please?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we're together. Yes.
So the next ribbon tab we are going to look at is the insert, ribbon tab. Under the insert ribbon tab, you have the opportunity to insert a pivot table. All right, you see pivot table. We'll be doing that when we get to our modeling, the building dashboard. We'll be doing that Power Query. Then we have illustrations. If you click on illustration, that is where you see shapes. In Microsoft Word, they have shapes under your insert too. The same thing is applicable here. You can get different shapes here. For instance, when you are designing, you want to add shape to your worksheet. You can add shape to it. Okay, you can add shape. Yes, add shape to it. As we continue, I will show you how to add shape, especially in dashboard. Then, if you want to add picture, you can also add picture to your worksheet. So they will ask, is it from the device? Is it online? You can add shape, pictures rather, to it, and you can as well add icon to it. You can add icon to your work book or your work sheet. And then we also have 3D models. You can add 3D models, smart art, among others. When you check your illustration, you see those things there. And then under the add-ins, these are different plugins that you can add to your work. We have this transform cool data into a cool picture. We have it there. Okay, guys, we can get your add-in from online too. We have Bing. We have this. This is for new office. That is Microsoft Visual. It's also there. So you can add that to it. Then under your insert, we have the chart group. Chart group is basically meant for visualization. We have the pie chart, the line chart, the bar chart, the scatter plot, the map, pivot chart, among others. We have all these charts on your and it's very, very important as a data analyst. You must be able to transform your data into charts, because chart tends to communicate more messages illustratively to your end user. It is easier for a data novice to make meaning from your charts. So you get your charts from this. Okay, then we have 3D map. These are spark lines. All these are, you can add slicer, timeline, link, text, and symbols. So we have all that on your insert ribbon tab. Then we move to the next ribbon tab, which is page layout. It is important as a data analyst that you should be able to work on your page. Excel is not like Microsoft Word. After you are done with everything and then you want to print, you will notice some instance you will be seeing your text very, very small. Sometimes you see the thing will just you not be wondering, is that not, and people will not be able to read it. So, haven't done your work excellently well and you want to print, you should be able to work around your page layout. The first group we have in the page layout, we have the theme. The theme, that is where if you want to put a theme to your background of your worksheet, you can do that here. The colors, we have different colors, we have the fonts, we have the effects. Okay, and then under the page setup, I need to explain this. If you are to print on on Excel, please, you must be able to tell us, set your margin if you want to, otherwise you can leave. Then page orientation, if it's too large, you use landscape. Okay, because we have portrait and landscape, so you use landscape. But if it's maximum enough, you can use portrait. If it's not too big, rather. Then under your size, that's where you select the type. For instance, is it A4? That is, we have different size. Is it tablet? Is it a Lego document? Okay, is it A5 document? All right, you select the type of paper that you are printing on. We have different printer. So there's some printer that prints A5 documents. There's some paper that printer that print A3. A3 is bigger than A4. Okay, so you must be able to select the paper and then print area. Look at these, print area. So you can set your print area. So, or better still, we have a page setup here. There's a drop down arrow. You can see my cursor. This arrow here, you can click on it. You can click on this arrow. Yes. You click on this arrow, click on it, please. You see page setup.
Okay.
When you see page setup, you then be asked, okay, is it portrait? Is it landscape? You can select from here. Then The next thing is scaling. Scaling. We have scaling. Under scaling, we have adjust. We have fit to. Now, for this worksheet, if you look at it, I'm having adjust to 100 automatic. Now, I can adjust it by clicking on fit to. Then when you click on fit to, they give you opportunity to adjust it by yourself. Once you are done, you can click on print or print preview to see how your text will appear. It is important on Excel before you print, you click on print preview in order to see what you want to print. Okay, so please don't forget, please take note of all these steps so that you will not forget. All right, then we have the print title. Print title is when you are printing a particular cell. Okay, you can click once you click on the cell and you click on print title, you just notice that if you want to print, it's only that cell that you'll be seeing. All right, then on this page setup as well, you see background. If you want to add background to your worksheet, you can do that. I don't know if you have seen background of especially university worksheets, their results, they'll put the university logo at the background of it. Now, for those of you in your organization, you can add background. One thing background used to is like a watermark in Microsoft Word. It tends to communicate originality. It tends to tell people that this document is from some, not just anyhow, not just somebody by the roadside, Dick and Harry, that put all these things together. So you can decide to add background to your worksheet, and then you scale it in such a way that it will the brightness will not be too much. Okay, now that is that. Then under the same page layout, the ribbon tab, we have scale to fit. We have the width, we have the height, we have the we can you can do that. Then we move on to sheet options. Under sheet options, we have two categories. We have the grid lines, we have the heading. Now, Excel, what we call grid lines, all these lines you are seeing, rather the one, two, these that look like spreadsheet, that is grid lines, okay? So it's check. Once you remove this check, you will not see grid line. Let me uncheck this. You see it's now pure, it's empty. You will not see grid line again. So let me click on it so you will now see. So you see. So now we have the view. All right. Then we move to arrange group. In arrange group, that is where you have the if you are putting image and you want to set how your image will appear. Is it you want to bring it forward that in such a way that it will be on top the text will not appear on top, or you want to send it backward in such a way that you can write on it, or you want to use it as a selection panel. For selection panel, we'll consider it part of our module, part of the topic we'll be considering in Excel, where you can freeze your heading. Okay, then align respective, you can align it. All right, and you can if you have shapes with your Excel, you can also group and you can rotate. Okay, so that is what we have in our page layout group. Then we have a formula ribbon tab. On formula ribbon tab, that is where you have the opportunity to be able to select different formula or formulae as the case may be. All right, we have the auto sum. If you click on the drop down on the auto sum, you have the sum, average, count, max, minimum. Then we have the aim sum, that is other more functions. All right, these are all for aggregation function. Then we have a recently used. This is to show you the formula you recently used. Then we have financial, okay, for those in finance. And then you can see the different formulas, accruent, amolink, okay, and so many of it. All right, rates. So that is why if you are using it for financial purposes, that is Excel, you must have your formula in your hand, what you want to do, and then you come in and click. Because one thing Excel does, it makes the work easier for you. Then for logical functions like if, force, not, the logic gates that you are aware of, or switch, true, exclusive or gates. All right, we have that here too. Then text, If you are using exact, dollar, concatenate, margin to things, char, okay, date and time, we have that here too. Date, date value, if you are calculating this month, date. You understand? All this formula deals with if you are calculating for dates. Then for lookup and references, we have the lookup. If you're looking at lookup too, that is the H lookup, the V lookup, the X lookup. We look at that. Then for mathematical purposes, we have math and trigonometry. All right, that is the cosine, the different types of trigonometry that you remembered in further mathematics. Okay, so we can also use it for it. And then we have other statistical analysis. We have the average depth, we have the chi-square, we have the binomial, we have the chi-test. All right, we have the count A, count blank, count if, covariance, all right, F distribution, F invariant, F test, Fisher's exact test, Fisher's invariance, forecast, all right, frequency gamma distribution. Or these are different statistical analysis you can run with this. You have median, you have maximum, you have norm, okay, you have rank, you have skew, we have standard deviation, we have t-tests, we have a trimmer, we have z-tests, all right, we have a slope, all right. So then that's for statistical tests. Then for engineering, we have a Biselli different analysis you can do if you're in engineering, complex, then Q, then information, all right, we have this, and compatibility, we have this, all right. So these are different groups. Then we have name managers under defined names, trace, dependency, shows, calculations, options. All right. Then let's move to data. Under data group, ribbon tab, you have the opportunity to insert or to get a different data. So for instance, a CSV file. If you look at data, you see get data here. So it's asking you what type of data do you want? Is it from file, say workbook, CSS, extensible markup language text file, JSON file, PDF file. All right, you can get upload them on your Excel. Then we have from database. Is it from Microsoft Azure? Is it from SQL? All right. Then different file. You can do that using your data ribbon tab. All right. That is get and transform data. Go. Then for queries and connection, we'll be using all this when we get to dashboard development. That is advanced data analysis. Where we're using all this. Then we have review. Review, you can check for spelling. Okay, in case you want to check if there's an error in the text you've written rather, you can check for spelling error or text errors, that is synonyms rather. Then check for accessibility, look up. You can add comments in case you want to comment on your work, since you'll be sending your way peer-to-peer work. All right, and you want to comment, you can use this. You click on this, click on new comments, all right, and you can add your comment and say, okay, what is this? What is this? So once you send this back, the person can see that you have added comments to this. You can see it. All right, you can delete comments, and you can also protect your worksheets. One of the things people used to do to avoid a data loss is to add to protect their worksheet using password. So if you click on protect sheet, not workbook now, just this sheet, you can click on it, then you'll be asked to enter the password. You enter your own password. Thereafter, nobody can open it except you have the password. Then you can also protect your workbook. You can protect the workbook entirely in such a way that nobody can access the workbook except you have the password. Then, for instance, if you want to lock a particular range, for instance, from A1 to H1, you can lock it too. All right. So we have that under Ribbon group, and specifically protect group under Ribbon review Ribbon tab rather. And then let's move to view. We have view. We want to view normal, page break, page layout, custom view. We have this under work with view. then show, grid lines, ruler, and the likes. Then zoom. You can also zoom in case you are not seeing the text very well. Okay. Then we'll be using. I said we'll be doing freeze panel. I said it the other time. We'll come here under view to freeze. Under freeze, we have freeze panel, freeze top, and among others. And then app, and then power pivots. We'll use that. I'll explain this when we get to advanced data analysis. Okay, I don't know if you get everything I've said so far. I want to hear your response, please. Are we together, please?
Yeah, we are together.
Yes, we are together. We are following. We are together.
So now basically we are done with the overview of Excel. The next thing is we'll enter the practical aspect. Let me move to the sheet so we can see that is our compact. So we've looked at
Okay.
the interfaces in Excel. Okay, the cells, rows, column, and sheets. Okay, so do you have first assignment? I'm going to send this assignment and then the second. So let's move to the second topic here. That is basic calculations. All right. Now, as we proceed, I would love to say that all the shortcut keys on Microsoft Word, you can use it on Excel too. I'll just paraphrase. Number first one, Control C means copy, Control V means paste, Control X means cut, Control S, the one that starts Mr. Simon's name, means save. Okay, Control Z means undo, Control Y means redo. Okay, Control L means to shift left, Control right means to move to the right, move your text yourself to the right. Okay, now we have so many of them. Control J to justify. All right, I'm just trying to refresh our memory on this shortcut you have learned over time. Okay, Control B to bold, Control I to italicize, Control U to underline. Okay, so these are different shortcut keys as applicable on Microsoft Office packages. You can use them on Excel. Okay, so now I want to then move to today's the next topic, and I will also add cell referencing to it. So to do that, let's click on, you see this plus, that is what we click on to add new sheets. If you click on this now, you see we have another sheet called sheets 3. Sheet 3. Now I will want to rename this sheet 3. To do that, you can left click on this. If you left click, you see rename. Then let's assume I am saying basic operation, basic Excel. Let me go back. Basic Excel operation. Okay, that I've renamed the cell. I can add color to it too. You can click on this, right click. You see tab color. I want to make it color red. You can see it. I've added color to it. You can do that too, please. Do that, please, because once I'm done, I will ask you to, each of you will share your slide, your screen with me before we end the class. Okay. Now, the next thing is cell referencing. Okay. Cell referencing is the process of you making reference to a particular cell. I'll give a typical example. For instance, if you are looking for black, see Africa. Are we together? I'm saying that if you're looking for a
Yes.
black person, a black race, or the Negro race, the dark in complexion race, see Africa. I'm referring you to a particular place. That is references. Oh, you are looking for a so-so thing. Check so-so place. All right. That's what we mean by referencing. Do you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. So now, to do cell referencing on Excel, what we used to do is you will use equal to. It's important you type equal to That is what we use to perform cell referencing first. For instance, I'm on this place, I put equal to. Immediately you press your equal to. Look at this. This place you see average. This is what called formula bar. Okay, I didn't show you the other time. Formula bar is showing you which formula, which function do you want to use. Okay. Now, if you look at this other place here, you can also type here. This is a formula. Okay, this is function bar. This is formula bar. Okay, where you can type in what you want. Okay, so immediately I type in my equal to. It's asking me, what are you making reference to? What do you want to do? Are we together? Okay, let's
Yes.
assume I want to make reference to this cell. Look at where my cursor is. It's showing plus now, right? I'll click on this. You see, what do you see here? You see B and 1, right? I
Yes.
only click on that sign. Immediately you see B and 1, meaning that I am making reference to B1.
Mm.
So the value that this place will contain is what is in B1. So the way we do cell referencing is you write the letter first, followed by the number. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we proceed, I will talk about the different cell referencing. We have the dynamic cell referencing, we have the absolute cell referencing, and we have the mixed cell referencing. Okay? Now,
Okay.
for dynamic cell referencing, meaning that it changes. That's what we call it dynamic. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then
All right.
for absolute, it means that it is constant, it does not change. Is that
Absolute.
okay?
Okay. Let me change it.
All right.
Yes.
Now, for mix, a mixed reference means it contains both absolute and dynamic. Do you understand me, please?
Dynamic.
All right.
Yes.
So these are the three different references. As we proceed in the class, please write it down. Try to remind me either today or anytime we are considering Excel, because I will love to show you. Because there's a place we put, we'll be using dollar sign to show those things. So please, please write it down, because this class I may not show you, but please write it down so I can show you in the class as we proceed. Is that okay? All right. So let's
Yes.
let
That's fine.
Yeah, yes.
so now let's look at what we are supposed to do today and do something and prepare a worksheet. So we want to carry out some average, mean, and maximum. So I will prepare a monthly budget for a particular household. That's what I want to do. And then with that, we'll be able to carry out this operation. So I want you to run along with me. So I will call this now monthly monthly budget for Mr. Ajayi. Okay. Now, since I've shown you how to look at what I'm going, I've highlighted it. I will make this now. I selected from column A to column I. Okay. Now, look at it. So, how do we select? Let me go back. You click on the cell, you left click, and then you now drag. Look at the way you understand. See, we have I stop in I. So I want to merge and center. Look at it. I've merged and center. That is one. The next thing I want to do, I want to add, I want to fill the background. Okay. Then I want to change the color to red. Okay. Then I'm going to my font style. I want to change the font style to black. I want to increase it. You can see it. I'm increasing it. Okay. Now I've done that already. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put the feed. What these cells will now contain are feeds. Feeds means header. Oh, you understand? Header. Feeds contains value. So I want to call these uh, items. items, and then I want to call this the price. Okay, price price. Okay, let's just Mr. Ajayi's budget. That is for his household. Mr. Ajayi used to buy salt. Okay, he used to buy Maggie. He used to buy pepper. He used to buy rice. Mr. Ajayi used to buy Gary. He used to buy what again? Let's assume sachet water. Okay, then um we have what again? Let's get put the price now. Let's assume is used to this okay. Now let me quickly format it before I so I can format this other one too. So this is I've
Okay.
selected it. Look at what I did. I click on sort or ahead, then I now left click and drag. Then I will now go to my number under general and change this to, let's look for text. I'll change this to text. Okay. Now I want to change this. The next one now, I want to change this to price. So let's use the dollar sign here. Okay. So if you look at it, or you can even click on the drag down. So we have currency. Let's pick a currency. Okay. So you will see the effect. Let's assume you bought this for 50. This $50. He bought this for 20 because you see it's train dollar because I formatted it to be currency. And I said earlier on that the default currency symbol is dollar. Okay. Now let's continue. We have this to be 60. We have this to be 500. We have this to be 200. And then we have this to be 100. Okay. Now we have this. Let me quickly format this too. I can change this to another color. Okay, and I can bold in this and change the font style to Algeria, and I can increase. Okay, look at it. I can the same thing applicable to this Algeria. Okay, let's change color to this. Let's increase. Okay, so you see I've increased. Now I've prepared the budget. The next thing now is let's check what we are supposed to do. We're supposed to look for sum, average, minimum, maximum, in the sense that we want to get this total sum of what the man is spending. We want to get the average sum of what he's spending monthly. We want to get the minimum cost. We want to get the maximum cost. Okay, so I can do
Yes.
this here and put total, total, total costs. I can put the minimum cost. I can put the maximum cost. I can put okay, average. Okay, now for me to how to insert, because there's a mix up here between the total and the product itself. Now you just click on, look at what I did. I selected my 9 that on row 9, then you now left click. Once you left click, you will see insert. If you do like this, because I've selected from the number, it's showing that I want to insert new role. So I'll click on insert. You see it, I've inserted new role. Okay, now let me add border to this. I've selected, look at the way I did. I went to my items and I selected. Okay, now come to font group, then drop down, then let's select all border. This is all border. Okay, now you can sachet water is entering inside, so let's make it so it will not enter inside again. Come to where alignment, right? Do you remember? Then you go to test wrap. That is wrap test. You click on it. You see it now. It's out already. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the next thing we want to do is to get the total cost, the minimum cost, maximum cost. So let me quickly bold in all this. I want to select. Then I'll change this to bold. Okay. Let's change the fonts. So we have black. Now, let's perform this operation. To add, to get the sum, that is the total cost, we have to add all these things together. And I said to do that, we are performing cell referencing. We'll put, the first we are going to put is what? Equal to, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you come to your function or formula bar here, you can see it's showing average. If you don't want to type the code, I will show you how to select it from here. You click on the drop down. Once you click on the drop down, you will see sum. Click on sum. Once you click on sum, a dialog box will appear showing you that, okay, it's picking from B3 to B9. Okay. Then since that is what you want, you don't need to make any adjustment again. You just click OK. Now we have the total cost here is $930. That is what Mr. Ajayi budget is that he used to spend monthly. Now we've done that. Now we want to get the minimum cost. To do that, you enter your equal to sign, go to that same formula bar, click on the drop down. Okay. Then we will look for minimum where we have maximum. I'm not saying minimum, I'm going to search for it. If you are not seeing it, you see more functions. Click on more functions and then search. You type in minimum and then search for it. Minimum, 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 and then click on go. Once you click on go, you see MIN. Click on it and click on OK. Okay, I have clicked on it and then it's showing me the range. What is range? For instance, 1 to 10 is a range. So if you are between the range of 1 to 10, that is what we are doing now. We are selecting between the range of B3 to B8. See B8 now. Okay, now I see it is showing B10. So I have to correct it. B10 is the one that contains the total cost. So I will change it, the B10 to B8 because that is where we are stopping. B3 to B8. And then you click on OK. So the minimum cost that Mr. Jayu used to spend monthly is $20. That is the minimum cost, okay? Then let's look for maximum cost equal to, and that is for Maggie. That is where you used to spend least. The maximum, you press equal to again, then go to your formula bar here, function bar, then click on the drop down. You see max. Click on max. Max means for maximum. Then
Okay.
it's asking
I'm coming.
it's asking that we should select the range.
Boo-boo.
Mr. Simon, can you mute? Then we have B8. You enter it. This time around, it just gave me B11. So I had to edit it that I need the maximum between this range B3 to B8. Then you click on OK. The maximum amount that this man used to spend monthly is $500 and is on rise. Then let's look for average. You click on equal to, then go to your function bar, click on the drop down, and then you select average. Immediately you select average, you'll be asked select your range. The range is B3. You can edit it from the formula bar, the dialog box rather, to B8. And then you click on OK. Now the average money that this man will spend monthly is $155. Okay, now let me adjust this so that to adjust your column, you want to adjust your column, not the row. Now you go to your, for instance, I want to adjust the column between A and B. I'll carry my cursor to the top until my cursor changes to black where the horizontal is showing arrow on both sides. Then I will left click and drag. You see it? So we have this.
Yes.
So let me bolden this too. We have this. All right. So I guess you can see everything I've done. Do you have question?
Hmm. No, from my end,
Mr.
no.
Simon, do you have question?
Maybe let me see.
He said,
Okay, just go back on the border,
Okay, I should go back to the border.
on the
Yes,
heading, the monthly budget.
you said?
What did we do? On the monthly budget for Mr. Aja,
Yes,
the top part there.
yes,
So what we first started was to highlight the
yes,
color, and then we did the background later,
yes.
right? Okay, all right.
So now I will stop sharing my work. I want to see what you have done. Are you following? I want to see what you have done at your end. So are you ready to share your slide, your screen to me?
Yeah, I can share, but I think I'll be doing it. Then you'll be watching
Okay,
because I was following you here.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
is that okay?
Okay. Mr. Simon.
See, I'm with
Okay,
you.
can you share your slides? Hope you are following with your system.
Yeah, no, no light, no light. That's the problem. So I'm just using my phone to take
Okay,
notes of
okay,
everything.
okay. So please, I want you
Yeah,
to
that's the
I want
challenge.
you
Yeah.
to practice. Now, this is the assignment. Let
Okay,
me show you guys the assignment. The first assignment is this.
okay, okay.
Open a this one here. Can you see my screen? So you
Yes.
have
Yes.
to open a sample workbook, explore the formatting option, and create a simple table. That's the
Okay.
first assignment. Then the second assignment is since we consider two model, create a table for monthly expenses and use basic formulas to calculate the total average. I'm going to send it to the group too. I'm
Okay.
going to send it to the group. So we're supposed to stop by 9, but the topic was a little bit large. That was why we stretched to 8 minutes past 9.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Okay.
sincerely apologize for stretching to your time. Okay. All
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
thank you for
Okay.
listening.
No problem.
We'll meet. That is for those for the exact class. We'll be meeting. That will be on Friday, right?
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Those having the next package that is Power BI will meet tomorrow, God's willing, the same time. All right. Thank you so much. Do have a
Okay. Thank
wonderful
you.
night rest.
Yeah. Same
All right.
here.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.